the cinema screen investigator. That's CSI. Aurora in the Dark. An intriguing title. An intriguing film. In this film, T-Rex, you lose your roar. In a sense, you lose yourself, your identity, your ego, your id, your mojo. Is that fair to say? Roar. Yes. And it is quite a departure for you, in more ways than one. Most often, T-Rex, we find you dashing about the screen, smashing baddies and engaging in the kind of heroics of a Beowulf or a Batman. But instead, we see you here truly struggling to cope with the loss of your roar, your power, your potency, perhaps? After playing the hero so often in your career, what was it like to play a protagonist who needed to be rescued himself? You're right. I do often play more action-oriented roles, often the hero of the film. And while I was certainly the protagonist, I had to orient myself to a more dramatic and personal role. I decided to take a cue from the quintessential in-action hero, Hamlet, a man who struggles with his inability to act throughout the course of the play. But, unlike Shakespeare's tragedy, this film has a happy ending. Fantastic! Now, Giraffe, how thrilling it must have been for you, too, then, to go from the damsel in distress that you so often play to the femme fatale that we see you as here. It was quite a transformation. Could you share with us what that meant for you personally?
Well, I'm not sure you actually know what femme fatale is, but you're right, I have often played the damsel in distress in the past. When making genre films, we tend to rely on various tropes given the situation, and in this film, we really did our best to subvert it. When you first meet me during the flashback, it's really easy to assume I'm going to play the damsel in distress role again. But ultimately, I tried to provide emotional core to T-Rex as he struggles to go through this journey, and ultimately end up being the hero of the film. It was a great honor. T-Rex and I have collaborated on a lot of things in the past, and I'm excited to see whatever we work on next.
Amazing! And now Hippo, the great villain. Oh, and what a villain you have been so often in the past. On screen, you are quite intimidating. Do you worry, as a hippopotamus, that you are being unfairly typecast as the villain?
Well, Melvin, you're right. I do often play the villain in most films, but it's a role I rather enjoy. T-Rex and I are best friends in real life, so it's always fun to act across each other in such an antagonistic role. One could even say we're frenemies. Now, for this particular film, I tried to add a lot of subtlety to my role, so I didn't just sort of come across as the stereotypical maniacal villain. My own narcissism is what does me in. Essentially, in this particular film, Hippo is done in by his own hubris. That's kind of like the opposite of what T-Rex lost his roar. See? So, he lost his...
Superb! Now, Teddy Gorbachev, you made the most of a smaller role as the henchman of Hippo in this film. Truly remarkable chase scene as you pursue T-Rex through the streets of New York. How does your preparation for this action-oriented role differ to that of your more fully realized dramatic characters?
Well, unlike my stage roles, film acting for me has more been about small parts and character acting. For this particular film, I really wanted to add a lot of physicality to my performance in order to make myself more of a threat to T-Rex, like a formidable foe. I think that really came across in the chase scene we had through the rail yard. It was really fun to shoot, and it's really great to just kind of get out there and run. You know, I do all my own stunts. It's really, really great, and it's a real change from the stage. I mean, I love the theater, but there's just something about film, you know?
Cool! Now, Bow Bow, you play a sort of wise sage, almost the guru, yet you don't die. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Well, I think I'd I'd like a power similar to what the Buddha Stone does, so I could steal the voice of annoying TV interviewers.
Unfucking believable! Well, I hope you all out there in TV land have enjoyed this as much as I have. It's always a thrill to get a little behind the scenes insight into the creation of a feature film, especially one with such a talented ensemble. T-Rex, thank you. And now, thank you again to the rest of the cast. This film is really a great accomplishment for you all. A high watermark for cinema. Until next time, good night.